Good night, members of the media, and by extension, members of the general public who are joining us tonight for this interaction with you. Now, it is not usual for the police to engage the public on so frequent occasions, because I was here this morning when I spoke about the incident which occurred at Nelson Street, St. Michael, not knowing that when we were having that conversation, there was an incident playing out in the northern part of Barbados, that is in St. James. And I thought it best to re-engage the public and letting them know exactly what occurred in St. James, and also to set matters right. Because in hearing what was posted in social media, it gave a misleading impression of exactly what occurred at Douglas Road, St. James, and also Lower Carlton, St. James. So we are here. With me, I have Inspector Roach and Inspector Dottin, who are both senior investigators, and they will give a clear picture and bring a level of clarity to what occurred in the Northern Division earlier this morning. So with that, I'm going to turn over the microphone to Inspector Dottin so she can give the country a clear understanding and a clear brief on what occurred at Western St. James.
Good evening. Now, this morning, about 5:10 a.m., a report was made to our operations control of a shooting at Western St. James. And coming out of this shooting incident, a residence was affected. A residence was affected, and that residence was owned by Ryan Hope. And this is where a number of shots were fired through his residence. Now, after that incident, we also received a second report at First Avenue, Lower Carlton, St. James. And this is where a Shakiri Ford shot, and he's 27 of Lower Carlton, St. James, and he succumbed to his injuries at Sandy Crest Medical Center. Now, a young minor, young female, she was also struck and injured in her left knee. Now, she's in stable condition. Coming out of those two matters, we were able to disseminate some information, and that information led to the apprehension of 4 persons coming from these 2 incidents, mainly from the first incident where we had developed a motor car. I will ask Mr. Roach, who was one of the persons present at that apprehension, to speak in relation to that matter.
Good night. I'm Mitchell Roach, Inspector in charge of the Major Crimes Unit, the Criminal Investigation Department. Now, about 10:06 this morning, with the information having been disseminated, personnel of the Criminal Investigation Department and the Major Crimes Unit engaged a vehicle, a silver gray Toyota Axio, in the area of Redmond Village. This led to a pursuit of that said vehicle into the Redmond Village residential area, and during which 2 occupants fled from that vehicle. The driver continued where he struck and damaged a parked vehicle, and the vehicle eventually came to rest after he jumped from that said vehicle, and it came to rest after crashing into a wall. The driver was apprehended a short distance away, and that driver was placed under arrest. And it is necessary to mention that the driver of that vehicle was a subject of a wanted bulletin in relation to serious investigations which are being conducted into matters by the Criminal Investigation Department. That wanted person is Khalil Tremaine Shaquan Goodrich, 23 years, of Hillside Road, Gaul Hill, Christchurch. Later, further information received led to the interception of another vehicle, Silver Grey Suzuki Swift, in the area of the intersection at Redmond Village. This led to the arrest of 3 occupants who are currently assisting police with investigation into some serious incidents of crime, and they're in police custody.
Thank you, Inspector Dottin and Inspector Roach. Members of the public, I think with the intervention of these 2 officers, much clarity has been brought to the situation. I want to send out an appeal once again to members of the public that we in the Barbados Police Service, we are concerned about the level of firearm-related offenses. And over the past 2 days, brought it directly into our brains or heads to keep us watchful and aware of what is happening out there. Again, I'm going to call on persons to partner with us. Again, I ask you that if you see something, you must say something. It is our intention to wrestle this gun violence to the ground. So once again, be in partnership with us so we can win the battle against the persons who are inclined to create havoc in our various communities. So thank you once again.
Just one question, Inspector Roach. Can you inform us if any firearms were taken from any of these 2 arrests today?
No firearms were recovered during the interceptions earlier today. That's mainly ideally arrests of individuals.
Thank you.
And just for clarity, the 2 incidents, the arrests made today were direct and connected to those 2 incidents that happened this morning.
The arrests were made in relation to the incidents this morning in the Northern Division.
Speaking to 2 partners with me, I am aware of the number of persons who we are looking at who are driving this criminal situation in the island. From our reckoning, there's a small group of persons, roughly 15 persons, who are the lead players in creating this uneasy situation on the island. And with that, we intend to dominate, that is saturate the districts with our officers and bring some semblance of normalcy back to each and every community in Barbados. So again, we can ask persons to listen for our regular briefings. We would give you all the information that will assist you in making this job easy for each and every one of us. So once again, come on board with us and partner with us during this short period that we intend to deal with this issue and bring it to a screeching halt. So thank you once again.